Yo, what up, Freaky P, Replicon Radio. Thank you guys for tuning in and checking out a very special mini Replicon.
It's a mini little trinket.
Mini Replicon.
Yeah.
Anyway, the idea behind this is we're getting ready to launch our brand new Patreon coming very soon.
I'm Dead Body Man, by the way. Thanks for introducing me.
That is Dead Body Man. I'm still Freaky P. This is Replicon Radio. So look forward to the launch of that, and we're going to start having more interviews, little extras for all the Patreon listeners. Obviously, it's eventually going to get to you guys because we want to share everything with everyone, but some people are going to get some advanced stuff. So we're starting to get a little bit more. Obviously, we're not prepared to launch yet because we're waiting on merch and a lot of different things to
Little baby stage, infant stage, man.
Yeah, but
we want to make sure it's right when we launch for you
sure.
guys.
So we got this dope-ass interview. It was actually supposed to go up a couple days ago, so my apologies to Taja Simpson. Very lovely actress out of Hollywood. We're going to learn all about her and her new movie that just came out in theaters 3 days ago on the 1st.
Yeah.
So we're going to learn all about that, and we're going to talk to her, and then, but make sure you guys check out all of our other episodes, repliconradio.com. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at replicon_radio, and make sure you subscribe to our YouTube, Replicon Radio, where a lot of these interviews will be dropping once they become available, and stay tuned every Monday 6 to 10 Central. And so we're gonna go ahead and hit you with that with the interview with Taja.
So yeah, very special guest, Taja Simpson. Are you there?
I'm here.
All right, perfect. How you doing?
You know, I'm doing great. Unfortunately, it's raining here in LA, but other than that, I'm in good spirits.
Yeah, there ain't nothing wrong with that. We're in the middle of a polar vortex, I believe.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I choose the rain over the polar vortex, so I think I'm okay. Yeah.
I've never even heard of that before. So it's, definitely. Yeah, they had I think it was negative 17 or something yesterday.
Jeez.
And that was warm compared to people around us, like Chicago and stuff. We're based out of St. Louis, so.
That's insane. Let me not complain about the rain. You know what? Things are great.
Can't go wrong with a little rain and that like that.
Right.
Awesome.
Exactly.
So, first of all, I want to thank you for calling in, hanging out with us. We definitely want to get to talk about the movie. We're gonna have your director on as well from a movie you were just recently a part of, which is the Wally Got Wasted film.
Wally Got Wasted, yeah. Adam William Ward. Yeah, I'm excited about his interview coming up here soon too.
Yeah, we're getting ready to have him on. He's gonna be we'll have him on live. For everybody out there listening right now, unfortunately, this isn't a live recording, but it's going to be out there because she's got exciting news for everybody. We wanted to get it out there as soon as we could. Her new movie, My Online Valentine, is actually in theaters starting tomorrow, February 1st. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Awesome. So that's super exciting for anybody in any, you know what I'm saying? That's huge for anyone just to hit theaters.
Yeah, man. Absolutely. We're really excited about it. It's an independent feature film. And if anyone out there knows anything about filmmaking, especially when it comes to independent films, typically you don't get a theatrical release. You may go film festivals. You may go different platforms. That's also a really big goal as well. But it's hard to get a theatrical release. So AMC saw this film, My Online Valentine, which is a great romantic comedy, and they loved it. And so they gave us a 10-city rollout. So it's going to be in those select cities, the major cities in the U.S. across the nation, one theater each city, and we're just asking everybody to go out and support and watch the film. But it's a great film, and they loved it, and so we're just trying to get behind it as much as we can.
That's super awesome. That's exciting.
Yeah.
One thing we generally like to do, I want to talk more about the movie as well, but one thing we generally like to do here, we like to go back in time on our DeLorean or whatever you want to call it. Back to the beginning, you're from Louisiana originally, how did you get into acting and make your way out to, Hollywood and everything? How did it all get started for you then?
Yeah, absolutely. So my mom would say I've been acting my whole life just because I'm such a character, and I would watch movies and learn the lines and act them out, When I was a kid, my favorite film was The Last Dragon, Barry Gordy's The Last Dragon. Oh. And if you know anything about that film, you had Shown Up. So you'd be like, who's the master? Shown Up. And I'd be like this little kid trying to do karate and cannot, right? Give you a good visual there. But it wasn't until I graduated college that I decided to pursue it, just because there wasn't any type of acting schools back where I'm from at that time. and nothing to really cultivate that skill set. So I graduated college, I took some acting courses, and I excelled in it really well. And then finally I was like, I want to be in LA. I came to LA when I was 7 years old. I went to Disneyland. It was the greatest place on earth, and I wanted to go back. Right? So I moved here and just on a dream. My mom and I, we drove down, and I got here and was like, this is where I'm supposed to be. And I just started auditioning. I got an agent, and it's been a slow roll. It's been, building and growing from there. I've done a lot of television up until this point. I'm recurring on The Bold and the Beautiful for like 2.5 years. I've done a bunch of movies, but this is my first lead role in a feature that's going to theaters, which is why it's so so important, and so now now it's just building and growing from there. So the journey was like, a little humble beginning. I'm a little girl from Lake Charles, Louisiana with just a dream. And I just moved out here saying, you know what, I want to pursue it. And I did.
That's awesome. Congratulations on all
Thank
that.
you.
All the best thus far. And you actually, people who want to get into that, you actually co-wrote a book just about getting into that, didn't you?
I sure did. Thanks for bringing that up. My book is called Cracking the Acting Code, a practical step-by-step guide to becoming a professional actor. A friend of mine, Sabrina M. Revelle, and myself wrote this book together, and it literally gives you the ABCs and 1, 2, 3s and how to get started and what to do in all aspects of acting. So it's really been a blessing for a lot of people. I was getting so many calls or messages on Facebook or Instagram, especially when an episode of a TV show would come out or a movie would come out. Then it's your timeline or my DM would get inundated with oh, my sister, cousin, niece, nephew want to act. Where do we get started? And I found that I had this email of all these different things you needed to do. And I would just be like, okay, great. Here's the email. Read it and then come back to me and let me know if you have any questions. And over time, it was we need to write a book. So we did. And it came out at the beginning of 2018. So it's been out only a year. You can get it on Amazon or you go to our website, crackingtheactingcode.com. And it's just literally there to help anybody who wants to get involved, whether you are a beginner, whether you are a seasoned veteran and you want to get back into it, whether you're a social media performer, it's literally for everyone. So I'm really excited about that and be able to help as many people as we can.
Absolutely. When you hear that, released 1 year ago and now a year later, her first starring role in a major movie released in theaters is coming out. So you should probably go get that book and check it out.
What he said.
So that's awesome. Yeah, I know you've been pretty much on every major television channel. Like you said, you've had a bunch of little roles here and there. Everywhere from Grey's Anatomy to you were in Boo 2 with the Medea movie, which was huge for anybody to be in. So that's awesome.
Yeah. That was a great experience for sure. Working with Tyler Perry. He's a powerhouse. He plays all the characters and the director and the producer and the writer. So what he says goes.
Definitely you can learn a lot from him.
Yeah, and I did as well. So it was great. It was great being in Atlanta working with him on that film. I played his ex-wife. I played Deborah, so I was the one who got to tell him like it is. You don't really get that often in Tyler Perry. So
for sure,
I was the one.
That's awesome.
And but no, it was really great. It was great.
That's always a claim. That'll be a claim to fame forever. I got to tell that dude what to do.
Okay.
That's awesome. So yeah, congratulations on all that success. So now, you did The Wally Got Wasted, which is also out there right now for everybody who wants to go support that movie. On Amazon Prime, you can go rent it, give them reviews, and watch that. It's a hilarious movie. I actually watched it a few days ago, so make sure.
Did you? Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, man. Wally Got Wasted is dope. It's just so funny. And Adam William Ward did such a great job at shooting it. It looks like it's supposed to be in the theaters. It looks like, wow, this is an independent film. You wouldn't even think that by watching it. No. And I think it's genius that it's a cross between, Weekend at Bernie's meets The Hangover. And so that's already a great formula. And to take it and put his own modern spin to it, and it's set in LA, and these guys are trying to figure out their life with this body.
Yeah, it's funny.
It's really funny.
I actually found, I never even heard about the movie. A friend of ours who's actually been on our show a couple times, Nova Rockefeller, is on the in the movie on the soundtrack 3 different times.
Oh, wow.
So she shared it, was like, hey, my music is in this movie. So I was like, oh, I'll go check it out. And I was like, oh, this is great. And that's how we ended up getting in touch with him. So it's crazy how stuff like that happens, but it's awesome.
Yeah. That's the power of social media. really.
Absolutely, for sure.
Because here it is, she posts about music in a movie, and you're like, you actually watch it, and it's like, oh, I like this guy, and then it gets all the way to me. Like, that's just, I mean.
Yeah, and he connected us to you, and God, you know what I'm saying? Who knows what's next?
Yeah, exactly. That's cool, man.
But yeah, us down here in middle America, I'm trying to make it happen for everybody out there in Hollywood, you know.
Hey, man, we appreciate it. That's why we're on the show.
Absolutely. No, I appreciate it too. So now we got we got My Online Valentine. It's so that's like you mentioned earlier, that's a huge, you know, accomplishment, and you know, a huge like honor from AMC just to see your movie and decide, hey, you know what, it's good. We want to put this in theaters, even if it is just for a week.
Yeah.
I don't know a lot about the movie industry now. Is there like so they give you the week? Is like if it becomes a successful week, is there more opportunity after that for the film?
Yeah, absolutely. So if the first week does well, then they'll give us the second week. But I think it's up to the producers and to see what they want to do. If they want to go back into it and do it again, why would they not? Obviously. Yeah. But the first week, we're just trying to do as much as we can to get as many people, you know, as they say, booties in the seat as much as possible so people can see it. Because it's such a great opportunity. Because then the small independent films, like when you sit and think about movies, they're all major studio productions when you go to an AMC theater. You know, it's not going to be like, oh, look at that little independent movie I've never seen or heard of. Rarely ever do you see that. So when that happens, it's such a great honor. So yeah, it is for a week, and it is a select city, you know, theatrical release. But for us, that's like, what?
Yeah. No,
so we're really excited about it. Yeah.
So everybody out there, let me see here, just so you know, starting February 1st, Chicago, Atlanta, Detroit, LA, New York, Washington, D.C., Miami, Houston, Dallas, and Tampa. So something a little bit close to everybody. So, I mean, Chicago's not too far from this area. I know we got a lot of people on the East Coast. You guys can go down to New York or Tampa. So it's definitely playing everywhere. Just check out AMC. You can search for it. It's called My Online Valentine. And it'll be a great, like an early Valentine's Day. I mean, it's essentially a feel-good movie, right? I mean, it's a love story.
Totally. Yeah, so it's about Cosette Newton. I played her, a.k.a. Cozy. That's my character. My ex-boyfriend is played by Robert Christopher Riley. He's from Dynasty. He kind of pops back into my life after I find romance with a completely new guy. His name is Blue Kimball, through an online dating site. And so I think it's a relationship story, a rom-com that everyone can relate to. We've all been in a situation where it's like, I'm moving on, and the ex comes back, and you're like, oh my God, what do I do? The conflict of going back and the hopefulness of something new, you know? And then something unexpected happens. Of course, we can't say that would change, you know, everybody's life in it. And it's just a great feel-good movie. So yeah, good.
It sounds good. And obviously, just that situation alone, a lot of people have been in it. I'm sure lots of hilarity ensues, and then there's some ups and downs.
Yeah, you got the funny friends who's like, you know, telling you what to do and talking crazy to you and stuff like that. You always have to have the humor in it. That's why it's romantic and a comedy. So we definitely have that. Those two characters are played by Layla Odom and Frank Atkinson, and the film was directed by Christopher Nolan.
Awesome. So that's super awesome. Make sure you guys go check it out. My Online Valentine's in theaters starting February 1st. And if you're not in one of those cities, but you want to support independent films, or you want to support this film, or you just like the way Taja sounds on this interview, you can still support the movie, buy a ticket, and just don't, you know what I mean, right?
Exactly. Pay it forward. We definitely appreciate that. This is one of those movies that a lot of people will ask, like, oh, we want to see this kind of movie, we want to see that kind of movie. Well, here it is, and we have it, but we need the support to keep them coming. So any support you guys can do, whether it's a social media post, use the hashtag MyOnlineValentine. You want to purchase a ticket, of course, we'd love that. Whatever you can do to help us, we greatly appreciate it.
Awesome. So go check that out. And then if anybody's a fan of you, or they just want to keep in touch with you, are you on social media? Is there a way they can follow you and see, you know, what you got going on next, or maybe check out some of your, you know, other features you did in the past?
Absolutely, of course. Now, you know, we got to be on social media. My goodness. So on all social media platforms, I'm at Taja V Simpson. So TAJAV Simpson on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. So that's me. Please follow, check me out. Yeah.
Absolutely. Go check her out. Taja Simpson, Taja. Taja.
There we go. Like the Taj Mahal. Taja. Yeah. Not Tasha. Taja.
Taja. Even in the beginning when we were on it, you know, was like, Taja? Like, I was trying to be fancy with it.
I know. That was great.
But you never know.
No, we're just going to say Taja, Taj, you know. My friends call me Taj.
Even better. Well, I'm going to call you Taj.
Cool, I love it.
Well, awesome. I wish you lots of success for My Online Valentine. I'm going to ask you one more question we asked all of our guests.
Yeah.
Generally, we do a lot of music guests, underground music, different stuff like that. So, but either way, music is a worldwide, love of ours. So, essentially, if you have 3 records that either, touched you in a way or just influenced you either as a person or as an actress, whatever it may be, just 3 records that you just cannot live without.
Oh my God, really? Beyonce, anything Beyonce. Let's put that out there. Yeah, all things Beyonce. But
like Lemonade or like Destiny's Child or?
Nah. We gotta go Lemonade. Yeah, let's go Lemonade. Yeah, you're right. Lemonade's way better than Destiny's Child. Well, she's grown. We've grown, right?
Yeah.
Let's go Lemonade. We're gonna go with, okay, so the album that's really I'm listening to right now is Her, H-E-R.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys listen to her, but Her, she's dope. And then lastly, the soundtrack is that the third one that's kind of constantly in rotation that I absolutely love right now is called A Star Is Born. That one's with Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper.
It's a great movie.
Yes, such a great movie, and I love it. But I guess if I had to throw one more in there, it would be Queen. I'm literally a lover of Queen.
Awesome.
And Bohemian Rhapsody is my all-time karaoke song. So when I go up and they're like, she's about to sing, yes, I am. So we'll go with that.
Well, that's a good one if you can pull it off. So
I can. Oh, you can tell I'm animated. I acted out and everything.
Awesome.
Okay, I'm done.
That's like, let's go. Love it. That's awesome. And also a phenomenal movie as well, since we're talking about
Yeah, exactly. Oh my God. That's what made it pop into my mind. I'm like, and the movie, of course, was excellent. I couldn't wait. I was there opening weekend.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
So good.
And A Star Is Born is great too if you guys haven't seen it, except for it's unreasonably sad at the end. But other than that, it's fantastic.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I thought of that little small part.
I'm saying, like, the very end of the movie, I was like, oh my God, I've never left a movie feeling this way.
Right.
Just strange. I was like, that makes it good, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't like this.
I don't want to feel like this in that movie.
Yeah.
and you paid to feel like that. Like, you paid them to walk out feeling like that.
I know. But they made me feel. That's the goal, I guess. So.
That's the goal. Yeah, that's the goal.
Well, that's awesome. Well, I appreciate you calling in and hanging out with us. Welcome to the Replicon Radio family.
Thank you.
You're always welcome here. If you have, just hit us up. You have my information. If you got any, your next project or whatever it may be, we can try to get the word out and help you out. And everybody else out there, make sure you guys go check out My Online Valentine in theaters February 1st for that entire week. So go out there, buy a ticket, support independent films, support Taja Simpson, and go watch the brand new rom-com and get all the big deals.
Exactly. You said that perfectly. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, congratulations. I hope it does well, and I look forward to seeing what you have going on next. So.
Okay. Sounds like a plan. Thank you so much for having me on today. I really appreciate it.
No, absolutely. Thank you. Welcome back anytime.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Thanks.
All right. Bye.